this time to the 21. That one good for only 6, and it leaves them with a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now McCarthy. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll give to Algier out of the gun. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. So 1st down, and they'll stick with Algier. A tackle made there by Caden Stearns.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here's McCarthy. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To the sideline and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To the air, Allen. It's caught by Coleman. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Now Allen. Fighting to stay upright. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Motion man is Shakir. Up the middle to Davis. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 12 yards that time and a Bills 1st down. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. Muscles by at the 25. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Now he's forced out left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff to Algier. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. McCarthy operating from the gun. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. To the air again, McCarthy. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. In motion right is Addison. Throwing is McCarthy. And a dump off to White. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll look to throw again. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays.
It got his man complete. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Aubrey good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time. And it was T.J. Hockenson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Allen. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Allen now looks to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Some good games to look forward to in the early window, especially the one in Baltimore. A big one coming up for the Ravens as they'll take on the visiting Carolina Panthers. Good stuff going on later in the afternoon as well, especially down in Miami, where it will be the Dolphins taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. It was Tyler Algier with a solid performance in that first half of action. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Now Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 3rd and 4. Allen going to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the second time. Take it at the 37. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Second down and a yard. Back to throw. McCarthy. That's complete to White. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's Algier again on second down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop it. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 34. And they'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, it's Allen. Works right side into the hands of the tight end, Knox. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have cut it back within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. To the air with McCarthy. Completes this to Addison out left. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Allen. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Motion man is Shakir. Throwing now is Allen. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Here's Allen to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the... Does the big boy have the juice? And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Aubrey now for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest, and this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Looking on the out route, he finds Shakir. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
To the air, Allen. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Allen. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Dawson Knox with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Bills are back within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now McCarthy. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Here's McCarthy. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than
Still
that,
first
Brandon.
down.
That's just a free gift to the offense.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's White. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
It's a gain of 6. And the Vikings first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. Throwing is McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 42 yards. And the Vikings will add to their 4th quarter lead. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Well, the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On play action, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd down and 3.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Allen. And his throw here's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his 1st drop, his 2nd drop of the game. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Here's Allen. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Allen to throw once more. And this is Cook with the ground. Fighting his way through contact. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line.
That's another Buffalo Bills.
The 1st down carry for Davis. Hard running at the 15. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Allen. Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bills have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass complete to Addison. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Vikings on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Looking to throw McCarthy. Quick slant, caught by Moore. Well, he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Jefferson moving in motion left. McCarthy operating from the gun. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's brought down in the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's White. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Algier fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. They'll run for it. This is White. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Rashad White punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Allen and the Bills now down by 10. A minute 47 on the clock. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Throwing, Allen. Pass complete, Samuel. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Allen. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw is Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to get it back to a 1-score game. The kick by Bass is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So we're back to a 1-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the 1 timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance at getting the ball back.
And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Vikings, their battle to finish above 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on Washington. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 9-5 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,